Hey everybody, and welcome back to Rock, Paper, Pencil, your daily dose of tabletop and traditional gaming goodness. I'm going to do something a little different today. We're not going to be doing an Eclipse Phase video, not going to be doing an experience video, anything like that. Today I'm doing my first real review of a system, or a game. And I'm doing it on something pretty obscure. I just happen to have it. And I thought it'd be a good one just to get out there, because a lot of people don't even know that this game exists. And that is the Dragonball Z Roleplaying Game. Yep, it exists. I have the core book. I don't have any of the other books, sadly. But it's, this would have been one of those things that I would have just had to have when I was, 12, 13 years old. I loved Dragon Ball Z growing up, and although I was always more of a fan of Dragon Ball, I liked the comedy in it a little better, but that's just me. Yeah, this exists. It exists, and I have it. Now, obviously, it's not made with the best production quality. I mean, it's fine. It's got a lot of pictures just from the show. Well, a lot of it's actually screenshotted. It is really cool that they actually statted out and showed Dragon Ball, I don't know if you can really see that, but Dragon Ball Earth and what it looks like. I think that's really cool because it's something I always wondered about. They also go into a little bit of the history of Dragon Ball Earth, a little bit deeper than you actually get just watching the show, too. Like as to why there are animal people living everywhere. Now, for the game itself, it's pretty good. I mean, at low levels. At beginning, it's pretty good. You get to design your own fighting style. You get to get your own special moves, make your own character in the Dragon Ball Z universe, which, for kids of my generation, at least a lot of the ones that I know, and in some cases because of Dragon Ball Z Kai, kids in this generation, that's just amazing. That's just awesome being able to do that. Now, where it falls a little flat, and granted, I do not have the books for the other two, I believe. This covers up through the Saiyan Saga. This covers up through Goku's approach to Namek, I believe. Then there is another book for the Namek Saga. No, there are three more books. Excuse me. There is this book, the core book. There is the Namek Saga, the Cell Saga, Cell and Android Sagas, and then there was a third book that came out, but very limited production, and the last time I priced it on Amazon, it was something like $350 for a very poor condition copy of the stuff that covers the Buu Saga. It covered the Buu Saga, and then what to do after that. Now, while I don't have those other books, I have had the privilege to play in I guess you could call it a privilege, really, to play in a game where we had made characters taking place during the Cell and Android Saga. And the game, if I remember correctly, I would have to reread it, but I believe it's based off an entirely D6 system. Which is fine. D6s are a 6-sided die is the most common die you're going to find anywhere. But where it falls apart is, in the beginning you're rolling, high tier, you're rolling 20 D6 or so for an attack. Once you start hitting the Cell and Android Sagas, your power modifiers are so ridiculous that you're rolling 1,000,000 D6, or you're just rolling 1 and multiplying by 1,000,000, unless you have a GM like. I was lucky enough I did not play in this game, but I have heard from a friend of mine that there was a GM that was running this game that he was a part of, and the GM made him roll every single one of them in batches of 50. And that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's not a flaw with the game, though, because the game is supposed to get really powerful. And they didn't want to just give you a whole new system for each saga. They just wanted you to be more powerful and to be able to see how your power difference has been made. In some of the other books, I believe it's the other books, I don't think that they cover it in the core. No, I think it's actually in the Namek Saga, the book for the Namek Saga. Or Frieza Saga, excuse me, I've been calling it the Namek Saga this whole time. I guess both are appropriate, but whatever. With that, they actually give you rules on creating your own planets and creating your own species, and it's actually really cool. They have a lot of the characters from the show and the manga statted out. It's actually very fast-paced, and I guess it's the best you could do emulating the show with a tabletop RPG. The role-playing in it's actually pretty cool. It's got rules for giving bonuses for doing anime-style things, like vocalizing when you're staring at something. You know, that. You pick a scene where Krillin's watching someone else get killed, and setting off to the side and actually vocalizing that gives you, it counts, I believe, as powering up. If you take that and then get angry. However, there is a point where they can roll to demoralize you, and it actually counts as powering you down. It's a really neat system. I won't say it's the best system in the world. The novelty of it is really why I have it. I got lucky and managed to find it at a bookstore that didn't know what the hell they had for $3. And that's why I have it. I think it's really fun. It's really cool. Would I suggest you pay a ridiculous, outlandish price to get it? Absolutely not. I just wanted to put this out here. I'm going to give it, out of a total of 10, probably give it a 4 if you're not a fan. If you're a fan, a 6 or a 7. It's got a lot of really good things that it does for fans. In the core book, I believe there is actually, or it might just be online, there are rules for going back and playing through Dragon Ball, which I actually like a lot better. I have never actually run this game. I've only played in it a couple of times, and that was well before I'd even found this. But I hope you enjoyed it. Dragon Ball Z Roleplaying Game, just proof that there is a role-playing game for everything. If you liked it, if you don't like it, if you've had any experience with this system, tell us about it in the comments below. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, give me your questions, comments, curse words. Let me know. And once again, as always, thank you for watching. And until next time, keep rolling.